les fue, güey? ¿Cómo les fue allá en Arizona, güey? Ándale, pinche gorro, Julio. ¿Ganaron o no perdieron? ¿Cómo chingados? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Cómo quedaron? Bueno por las mañanas y jodido por las tardes, mijo. ¿Cómo le puedo ayudar? Bueno, pues váyanse a la verga, pues. Mucha gente. So, perdieron. You know, the kids are only as good as the coach, you know what I'm saying? How's it going? You've been out for a while already? ¿Ya que saliste? ¿Lo que chingas? Oh, okay. I woke up at 4, pero no había ni madre. Yo también me desperté temprano, siempre, casi siempre, los domingos, los lunes hay, está más o menos, está bien, está bien. Well, it's 'cause it's early, bro. Mira, me mandan para acá. I got a delivery for, what's the address? Oh, 9009 Greensboro. DoorDash. Thank you, man. You too. Don't work too hard. Finally blocked me, huh? God damn. What's up, Carlos? Vamos a la chingada.
has been waiting for you to discover it, and that wherever you are, India, Australia, the secret gives you anything you want: happiness, health, and wealth. You can have, do, or be anything you want. We can have whatever it is that we choose. I don't care how big it is. What kind of a house do you want to live in? Do you want to be a millionaire? What kind of a business do you want to have? Do you want more success? What do you really want? This is the great secret of life. The leaders in the past who had the secret wanted to keep the power and not share the power. They kept people ignorant of the secret. People went to work, they did their job, they came home. They were on a treadmill with no power, because the secret was kept in the few. Throughout history, there have been many who coveted the knoll, edge of the secret, and there have been many who found a way of spreading this knowledge to the world. I've seen many miracles take place in people's lives. Financial miracles, miracles of physical healing, mental healing, healing of relationships. All of this happened because of knowing how to apply the secret. You've probably been sitting there wondering, what is the secret? He'll tell you how I've come to understand it. We all work with one infinite power. We all guide ourselves by exactly the same laws. The natural laws of the universe are so precise that we don't even have any difficulty building spaceships. We can send people to the moon, and we can time the landing with the precision of a fraction of a second. Wherever you are, India, Australia, New Zealand, Stockholm, London, Toronto, Montreal, or New York, we're all working with one power, one law. It's attraction. The secret is the law of attraction. Everything that's coming into your life, you are attracting into your life. And it's attracted to you by virtue of the images you're holding in your mind. It's what you're thinking. Whatever is going on in your mind, you are attracting to you. Every thought of yours is a real thing, a force. The greatest teachers who have ever lived have told us that the law of attraction is the most powerful law in the universe. Poets such as William Shakespeare, Robert Browning, and William Blake delivered it in their poetry. Musicians such as Ludwig van Beethoven expressed it through their music. Artists such as Leonardo da Vinci depicted it in their paintings. Great thinkers including Socrates, Plato, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Pythagoras, Sir Francis Bacon, Sir Isaac Newton, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, and Victor Hugo shared it in their writings and teachings. Their names have been immortalized, and their legendary existence has survived centuries. Religions, such as Hinduism, Hermetic traditions, Buddhism, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and civilizations, such as the ancient Babylonians and Egyptians, delivered it through their writings and stories. Recorded throughout the ages in all its forms, the law can be found in ancient writings through all the centuries. It was recorded in stone in 3000 BC. Even though some coveted this knowledge, and indeed they did, it has always been there for anyone to discover. The law began at the beginning of time. It has always been and will always be. It is the law that determines the complete order in the universe, every moment of your life, and every single thing you experience in your life. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are, the law of attraction is forming your entire life experience, and this all-powerful law is doing that through your thoughts. You are the one who calls the law of attraction into action, and you do it through your thoughts. In 1912, Charles Hunnell described the law of attraction as the greatest and the most infallible law upon which the entire system of creation depends. Wise people have always known this. You can go right back to the ancient Babylonians. They've always known this. It's a small select group of people. The ancient Babylonians and their great prosperity have been well documented by scholars. They are also known for creating one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Through their understanding and application of the laws of the universe, they became one of the wealthiest races in history. Why do you think that 1% of the population earns around 96% of all the money that's being earned? Do you think that's an accident? It's designed that way. They understand something. They understand the secret.
Okay, I'll be right back. What? Trabajando, madre, ¿qué te semana?
Ah, yo creo nos vamos ahora en la noche a las 3 de la mañana, amigo.
Ok.
Ok. Yo como que yo les iba avisando y luego le manda el mensaje a su papá que saque las botas que le va a mandar.
Ok.
Que dijo que le iba a mandar unas botas, ¿se acuerda que dijo usted?
Sí.
Yo no sé cuáles, pero que hay que las saque. ¿Ok? ¿Y qué más?
¿Dónde anda, papá? ¿Dónde anda usted?
Voy a ir ahorita a la lavadora, amigo, que no tengo secadora, voy a lavar.
Oh, ok. ¿Por qué no tiene secadora? ¿Se chingó otra vez?
Se dañó y fui a verla, si cuesta $800, me voy a esperar hasta que entre el año. ¿Y tú? ¿Dónde estás trabajando?
Desde Dorias
¿La
ahorita.
comida?
Sí, mamá, llevando la comida.
Ah, ok. ¿Ya comiste algo?
Ahorita.
Ándale, pues. Cualquier cosa yo le hago saber. Yo, allá podemos llevarla. Tú le puedes chequear el aceite a la camioneta, ¿verdad?
Sí, le llevo a la Walmart. Cuestan $60. ¿Para cambiárselo?
Ah, bueno. Sí.
Sí,
Pues
vale.
es que tu papá, si le digo a tu papá, va a decir que no sabe cómo.
¿Cómo? ¿Cambiárselo?
Ajá.
Pues sí, nomás le lleva a la Walmart. Llévalo a la Walmart. Donde tengan taller. Le cuesta $70.
Sí, así. Bueno, a ver. Yo digo que nos vamos solo en la noche. Nos dijo un compa que si nos íbamos a las 3 de la mañana para llegar de día allá.
Ok. Y usted
Sí,
entonces usted se va a venir manejando sola desde Las Vegas hasta acá, desde donde ella vive hasta acá, porque son como 2
No,
horas.
ella tiene que ir a Las Vegas, mijo, ella me va a llevar para allá.
Oh, ella viene a Las Vegas.
ella va a su casa y de su casa tiene que ir a Las Vegas a hacer cosas, porque ahí donde ella vive se dice que no hay muchas cosas y
No hay
tiene
nada.
que ir a pagar un dinero, no sé qué. Total que vamos a ir para allá.
Ok. Entonces, ¿cuándo llegaría a Las Vegas para acá conmigo?
No mañana, sino hasta el otro día, yo creo. Digo, ya cuando
Miércoles.
llegamos a la casa de ella a descansarse. No, yo te aviso cómo está la cosa. Como te dije, no te preocupes. Si acaso no tienes donde me quede, le pago una noche en un hotel y ya, nomás para mí. Ella tiene cosas que hacer. Ella decía, mientras yo aprovecho el tiempo para estar contigo, ella aprovecha el tiempo para hacer lo que tiene que hacer. ¿Sabes cómo?
Ajá.
Así sería.
Ok.
Como te dije, no, se tiene que devolver pronto porque la mamá está mala.
Sí.
Ella
Pero seguro.
nomás va
Porque yo no puedo
¿Eh?
faltar muchos 3 días en el trabajo tampoco.
No, hijo, no. No te apures, tú te tienes que trabajar, yo me quedo ahí me ando dando la vuelta X. No te apures. Como quiera le hago, ¿ok?
Ok, madre.
No, nomás sería cuestión, hasta a lo mejor un día, nomás te veo ahí y luego ya nos devolvemos para atrás para donde vive ella. ¿Sabes cómo? Para no embolarte a ti también. Porque por eso fue que me gustó, porque yo sé que se tiene que devolver porque la señora está muy mal, ¿sabes cómo? Y ella la está cuidando y ahorita va a aprovechar que viene la otra hermana y se va a quedar con ella.
Ok, lo que debía preguntar, pues ¿quién se va a quedar con ellos ahorita que se va?
No, se queda la otra hermana y un hijo.
Ok.
Un hijo que tienen aquí. Ok, como que yo te sigo avisando.
Ok, madre, pues usted sí, déjame saber. Yo,
Sí, cualquier cosa yo te aviso.
Ok, ma.
No se vaya, cuida.
¿Te quieres hacer?
being introduced to the secret. People who have drawn wealth into their lives use the secret, whether consciously or unconsciously. They think thoughts of abundance and wealth, and they do not allow any contradictory thoughts to take root in their minds. Their predominant thoughts are of wealth. They only know wealth, and nothing else exists in their minds.
Yes.
Whether they are aware of it or not, their predominant thoughts of wealth are what brought wealth to them.
Yes.
It is the law of attraction in action. A perfect example to demonstrate the secret and the law of attraction in action is this. You may know of people who acquired massive wealth, lost it all, and within a short time acquired
What's up,
massive
brother?
wealth again.
I was waiting for you to reach out to me yesterday.
Whether they knew it or not, is that their dominant thoughts were on wealth. That is how they acquired it in the first instance. Then they allowed fearful thoughts of losing the wealth to enter their minds until those fearful thoughts of loss became their dominant thoughts. They tipped the scales from thinking thoughts of wealth to thinking thoughts of loss, and so they lost it all. Once they had lost it, however, the fear of loss disappeared, and they tipped the scales back with dominant thoughts of wealth.
The hell are you doing up so early then?
The law responds to
I'm gonna be on the strip at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, I'll be on walking the strip.
The simplest way for me to look at magnetic power is emitted through your thoughts. Basically put, the law of attraction says that like attracts like.
I'm gonna be walking the strip, the actual strip, not Las Vegas, not Fremont.
The law of attraction says like attracts like, and so as you think a thought, you are also attracting like thoughts to you. Here are more examples you may have experienced of the law of attraction in your life. Have you ever started to think about something you were not happy about, and the more you thought about it, the worse it seemed? That's because as you think one sustained thought, the law of attraction immediately brings more like thoughts to you. In a matter of minutes, you have gotten so many like unhappy thoughts coming to you that the situation seems to be getting worse. The more you think about it, the more upset you get. You may have experienced attracting like thoughts when you listened to a song, and then found that you couldn't get that song out of your head. The song just kept playing over and over in your mind.
That's fine. I'll be on live on YouTube, on TikTok.
Even though you may not have realized it, you gave your full attention and focus of thought to it. As you did that, you were powerfully attracting more like thoughts of that song, and so the law of attraction moved into action and delivered more thoughts of that song over and over again. Our job as humans is to hold on to the thoughts of what we want, make it absolutely clear in our minds what we want, and from that we start to invoke one of the greatest laws in the universe, and that's the law of attraction. You become what you think about most, but you also attract what you think about most. Your life right now is a reflection of your past thoughts. That includes all the great things, and all the things you considered not so great. Since you attract to you what you think about most, it is easy to see what your dominant thoughts have been on every subject of your life, because that is what you have experienced.
It's okay, bro.
Now you are learning.
This morning is going great, though.
And with this knowledge, you can change everything.
But, you know.
If you see it in your mind, you're going to hold it in your hand.
Why does she DoorDash back in
If you can
Cali?
think about what you want in your mind and make that your dominant thought, you will bring it into your life. And that principle can be summed up in 3 simple words. Thoughts become things. Through this most powerful law, your thoughts become the things in your life. Your thoughts become things. Say this over to yourself and let it seep into your consciousness and your awareness.
Okay.
Your thoughts become things.
Thoughts
What
become
most
things,
people
guys.
don't understand is that a thought has a frequency. We can measure a thought. And so if you're thinking that thought over and over and over again, if you're imagining in your mind having that brand new car, having the money that you need, building that company, finding your soulmate, If you're imagining what that looks like, you're emitting that frequency on a consistent basis. Thoughts are sending out that magnetic signal that is drawing the parallel back to you. The predominant thought or the mental attitude is the magnet, and the law is that like attracts like. Consequently, the mental attitude will invariably attract such conditions as correspond to its nature. Thoughts are magnetic, and thoughts have a frequency. As you think, those thoughts are sent out into the universe, and they magnetically attract all like things that are on the same frequency. Everything sent out returns to the source, and that source is you. Think of it this way. We understand that a television station's transmission tower broadcasts via a frequency, which is transformed into pictures on your television. Most of us don't really understand how it works, but we know that each channel has a frequency, and when we tune into that frequency, we see the pictures on our television. We choose the frequency by selecting the channel, and we then receive the pictures broadcast on that channel. If we want to see different pictures on our television, we change the channel and...
I'll tell you when I meet you, when I run into you, Jimenez.
You are a human transmission tower, and you are more powerful than any television tower created on Earth.
Not as much
you
as
are the
Uber,
most powerful transmission tower in the universe. Your transmission creates your life, and it creates the world. The frequency you transmit reaches beyond cities, beyond countries, beyond the world.
It's close?
It reverberates throughout the entire universe.
Hi, welcome to Burger King. Will you rule? How can I take your order?
Yeah, I got an order for Kiwan.
The pictures you receive from the transmission of your thoughts are not on a television screen in your living room.
Order
They are
51.
the pictures of your life.
Right?
Your
I don't know what, it
thoughts
doesn't give me the number.
They
What was the
attract
name?
It's a DoorDash for Kiwan.
Alright,
Kiwan.
Forward, second window.
All right, thank you, brother.
as your life pictures. If you want to change anything in your life, change the channel and change the frequency by changing your thoughts. The vibrations of mental forces are the finest and consequently the most powerful in existence. See yourself living in abundance and you will attract it. It works every time, with every person. As you think of yourself living in abundance, you are powerful
The fuck?
and consciously determining your life through the law of attraction. It's that easy. But then the most obvious question becomes, why isn't everybody living the life of their dreams? Attract the good instead of the bad. Here's the problem. Most people are thinking about what they don't want, and they're wondering why it shows up over and over again. The only reason why people do not have what they want is because they are thinking more about what they don't want than what they do want. Listen to your thoughts, and listen to the words you are saying. The law is absolute and there are no mistakes.
Yep.
An epidemic worse than any plague that humankind has ever seen has been raging for centuries. It is the don't want epidemic. People keep this epidemic alive when they predominantly think, speak, act, and focus on what they don't want. But this is the generation that will change history, because we are receiving the knowledge that can free us of this epidemic. It begins with you, and you can become a pioneer of this new thought movement by simply thinking and speaking about what you want. The law of attraction doesn't care whether you perceive something to be good or bad, or whether you don't want it or whether you do want it. It's responding to your thoughts. So if you're looking at a mountain of debt, feeling terrible about it, that's the signal you're putting out into the universe. I feel really bad because of all this debt I've got. You're just affirming it to yourself. You feel it on every level of your being. That's what you're going to get more of. The law of attraction is a law of nature. It is impersonal and it does not see good things or bad things. It is receiving your thoughts and reflecting back to you those thoughts as your life experience. The law of attraction simply gives you whatever it is you are thinking about. The law of attraction is really obedient. When you think of the things that you want, and you focus on them with all of your intention, then the law of attraction will give you exactly what you want every time. When you focus on the things that you don't want, I don't want to be late. These phrases, I don't want to be late, the law of attraction doesn't hear that you don't want it. It manifests the things that you're thinking of, and so it's going to show up over and over and over again. The law of attraction is not biased to wants or don't wants. When you focus on something, no matter what it happens to be, you really are calling that into existence. When you focus your thoughts on something you want, and you hold that focus, you are in that moment summoning what you want with the mightiest power in the universe. The law of attraction doesn't compute don't or not or no, or any other words of negation. As you speak words of negation, this is what the law of attraction is receiving. I don't want to spill something on this outfit. I want to spill something on this outfit, and I want to spill more things. I don't want a bad haircut. I want bad haircuts. I don't want to be delayed. I want delays. I don't want that person to be rude to me. I want that person and more people to be rude to me. I don't want the restaurant to give away our table. I want restaurants to give away our tables. I don't want these shoes to hurt. I want shoes to hurt. I can't handle all this work. I want more work than I can handle. I don't want to catch the flu. I want the flu, and I want to catch more things. I don't want to argue. I want more arguing. Don't speak to me like that. I want you to speak to me like that, and I want other people to speak to me like that. The law of attraction is giving you what you are thinking about, period. The law of attraction is always working, whether you believe it or understand it or not. The law of attraction is the law of creation. Quantum physicists tell us that the entire universe emerged from thought. You create your life through your thoughts and the law of attraction, and every single person does the same. It doesn't just work if you know about it. It has always been working in your life and every other person's life throughout history. When you become aware of this great law, then you become aware of how incredibly powerful you are to be able to think your life into existence. It's working as much as you're thinking. Anytime your thoughts are flowing, the law of attraction is working. When you're thinking about the past, the law of attraction's working. When you're thinking about the present or the future, the law of attraction is working. It's an ongoing process.
All right, brother, got you.
You don't press pause. You don't press stop. It is forever in action, as your thoughts are. Whether we realize it or not, we are thinking most of the time. If you are speaking or listening to someone, you are thinking. If you are reading the newspaper or watching television, you are thinking. When you recall memories from your past, you are thinking. When you are considering something in your future, you are thinking. When you are driving, you are thinking. When you are getting ready in the morning, you are thinking. For many of us, the only time we are not thinking is when we are asleep. However, the forces of attraction are still operating on our last thoughts as we fall asleep. Make your last thoughts before going to sleep good thoughts. Creation is always happening. Every time an individual has a thought,
this ain't the right order.
chronic way of thinking.
That ain't the right order.
I sold one.
they're in the creation process. Something is going to manifest out of those thoughts. What you are thinking now is creating your future life. You create your life with your thoughts. Because you are always thinking, you are always creating. What you think about the most or focus on the most is what will appear as your life. Like all the laws of nature, there is utter perfection in this law. You create your life. Whatever you sow, you reap. Your thoughts are seeds, and the harvest you reap will depend on the seeds you plant. If you are complaining, the law of attraction will powerfully bring into your life more situations for you to complain about. If you are listening to someone else complain and focusing on that, sympathizing with them, agreeing with them, in that moment, you are attracting more situations to yourself to complain about.
Wow.
The law is simply reflecting and giving back to you exactly what you are focusing on.
Ain't that what's
with your
happening to me right now?
With this powerful knowledge, you can completely change every circumstance and event in your entire life by changing the way you think.
That's it, baby.
I had a student named Robert who was taking an online course I have, part of which entails email access to me. Robert was gay. He outlined all of the grim realities of his life in his emails to me. In his job, his coworkers ganged up on him. It was constantly stressful because of how nasty they were with him. When he walked down the street, he was accosted by homophobic people who wanted to abuse him in some way. He wanted to become a stand-up comedian, and when he did his stand-up comedy job, everybody heckled him about being gay. His whole life was one of unhappiness and misery, and it all focused around being attacked because he was gay. I began to teach him that he was focusing on what he did not want. I directed him back to his email that he sent me and said, "Read it again. Look at all the things you do not want that you're telling me about. I can tell you're very passionate about this, and when you focus on something with a lot of passion, it makes it happen even faster." Then he started taking this thing about focusing on what you want to heart, and he began really trying it. What happened within the next 6 to 8 weeks was an absolute miracle. All the people in his office who had been harassing him either transferred to another department, quit working at the company, or started completely leaving him alone. He began to love his job. When he walked down the street, nobody harassed him anymore. They just weren't there. When he did his stand-up comedy routines, he started getting standing ovations, and nobody was heckling him. His whole life changed because he changed from focusing on what he did not want, what he was afraid of, what he wanted to avoid, to focusing on what he did want. Robert's life changed because he changed his thoughts. He emitted a different frequency out into the universe. The universe must deliver the pictures of the new frequency no matter how impossible the situation might seem. Robert's new thoughts became his new frequency, and the pictures of his entire life changed. Your life is in your hands.
We're listening to The Secret, guys.
No matter where you are now, no matter what has happened in your life, you can begin to consciously choose your thoughts, and you can change your life. There is no such thing as a hopeless situation. Every single circumstance of your life can change. The power of your mind. You attract to you the predominant thoughts that you're holding in your awareness, whether those thoughts are conscious or unconscious. That's the rub. Whether you have been aware of your thoughts in the past or not, now you are becoming aware. Right now, with the knowledge of the secret, you are waking up from a deep sleep and becoming aware. Aware of the knowledge, aware of the law, aware of the power you have through your thoughts. If you look very carefully when it comes to the secret, and the power of our mind and the power of our intention in our daily lives, it's all around us. All we have to do is open our eyes and look. You can see the law of attraction everywhere. You draw everything to yourself. The people, the job, the circumstances, the health, the wealth, the debt, the joy, the car that you drive, the community that you're in. And you've drawn them all to you like a magnet.
Make sure you hit the subscribe, man. Thank you for being. You have a good one too. Let's get this money.
Is a manifestation of the thoughts that go on in your head. This is a universe of inclusion, not exclusion. Nothing is excluded from the law of attraction.
Thank you, brother.
Your life is a mirror of the dominant thoughts you think. All living things on this planet operate through the law of attraction. The difference with humans is that they have a mind that can discern. They can use their free will to choose their thoughts. They have the power to intentionally think and create their entire life with their mind. I'm not talking to you from the point of view of wishful thinking or imaginary craziness.
Yes.
I'm talking to you from a deeper, basic understanding. Quantum physics really begins to point to this discovery. It says that you can't have a universe without mind entering into it, and that the mind is actually shaping the very thing that is being perceived.
Yeah.
If you think about the analogy of being the most powerful transmission tower in the universe, you will see the perfect correlation with Dr. Wolf's words. Your mind thinks thoughts, and the pictures are broadcast back as your life experience. You not only create your life with your thoughts, but your thoughts add powerfully to the creation of the world. If you thought that you were insignificant and had no power in this world, think again. Your mind is actually shaping the world around you. The amazing work and discoveries of the quantum physicists over the last 80 years has brought us to a greater understanding of the unfathomable power of the human mind to create. Their work parallels the words of the world's great minds, including Carnegie, Emerson, Shakespeare, Bacon, Krishnamurti, and Buddha. If you don't understand the law, that doesn't mean you should reject it. You may not understand electricity, and yet you enjoy the benefits of it. I don't know how it works, but I do know this: you can cook a man's dinner with electricity, and you can also cook the man. Oftentimes when people begin to understand the great secret, they become frightened of all the negative thoughts that they have. They need to be aware that it has been scientifically proven that an affirmative thought is hundreds of times more powerful than a negative thought. That eliminates a degree of worry right there. It really does take many negative thoughts and persistent negative thinking to bring something negative into your life. However, if you persist in thinking negative thoughts over a period of time, they will appear in your life. If you worry about having negative thoughts, you will attract more worrying about your negative thoughts, and multiply them at the same time. Decide right now that you are going to think only good thoughts. At the same time, proclaim to the universe that all your good thoughts are powerful, and that any negative thoughts are weak. Thank God that there's a time delay, that all of your thoughts don't come true instantly. We'd be in trouble if they did. The element of time delay serves you. It allows you to reassess, to think about what you want, and to make a new choice. All of your power to create your life is available right now, because right now is when you are thinking. If you have had some thoughts that will not be beneficial when they manifest, then right now you can change your thinking. You can erase your previous thoughts by replacing them with good thoughts. Time serves you because you can think new thoughts and emit a new frequency now. You want to become aware of your thoughts and choose your thoughts carefully, and you want to have fun with this, because you are the masterpiece of your own life. You are the Michelangelo of your own life. The David you are sculpting is you. One way to master your mind is to learn to quiet your mind. Without exception, Every teacher in this book uses meditation as a daily practice. It wasn't until I discovered the secret that I realized how powerful meditation can be. Meditation quiets your mind, helps you control your thoughts, and revitalizes your body. The great news is that you don't have to set aside hours to meditate. Just 3 to 10 minutes a day to begin with can be incredibly powerful for gaining control over your thoughts. To become aware of your thoughts, you can also set the intention, I am the master of my thoughts. Say it often, meditate on it, and as you hold to that intention, by the law of attraction you must become that. You are now receiving the knowledge that will enable you to create the most magnificent version of you. The possibility of that version of you already exists on the frequency of the most magnificent version of you. Decide what you want to be, do, and have, think the thoughts of it, emit the frequency, and your vision will become your life. Secret summary. The great secret of life is the law of attraction. The law of attraction says like attracts like, so when you think a thought, you are also attracting like thoughts to you. Thoughts are magnetic, and thoughts have a frequency. As you think thoughts, they are sent out into the universe, and they magnetically attract all like things that are on the same frequency. Everything sent out returns to the source, you. You are like a human transmission tower, transmitting a frequency with your thoughts. If you want to change anything in your life, change the frequency by changing your thoughts. Your current thoughts are creating your future life. What you think about the most or focus on the most will appear as your life. Your thoughts become things. The secret made simple. We live in a universe in which there are laws, just as there is a law of gravity. If you fail off a building, it doesn't matter if you're a good person or a bad person, you're going to hit the ground. The law of attraction is a law of nature. It is as impartial and impersonal as the law of gravity is. It is precise, it is exact. Everything that surrounds you right now in your life, including the things you're complaining about, you've attracted. Now I know at first blush that's going to be something that you hate to hear. You're going to immediately say, I didn't attract the car accident. I didn't attract this particular client who gives me a hard time. I didn't particularly attract the debt.
34,
and I'm here to be a little bit in your face and to say, yes, you did attract it. This is one of the hardest concepts to get, but once you've accepted it, it's life transforming. Often when people first hear this part of the secret, they recall events in history where masses of lives were lost, and they find it incomprehensible that so many people could have attracted themselves to the event. By the law of attraction, they had to be on the same frequency as the event. It doesn't necessarily mean they thought of that exact event, but the frequency of their thoughts matched the frequency of the event. If people believe they can be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they have no control over outside circumstances, those thoughts of fear, separation, and powerlessness, if persistent, can attract them to being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You have a choice right now. Do you want to believe that it's just the luck of the draw and bad things can happen to you at any time? Do you want to believe that you can be in the wrong place at the wrong time? That you have no control over circumstances? Or do you want to believe and know that your life experience is in your hands and that only all good can come into your life because that is the way you think? You have a choice, and whatever you choose to think will become your life experience.
Actually, I did really sleep really good for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go drop this off. But we'll be back listening to this. Fuck, it's cold as fuck. Just walked all the way around this motherfucker 4 times. Find this damn apartment. Alright guys, let's go. Go back to what we was listening to. This is motivational day today, guys.
Can come into your experience unless you summon it through persistent thoughts.
Yes, that part.
Most of us attract by default. We just think that we don't have any control over it. Our thoughts and
That's been my biggest
feelings are
problem
on
my whole life, guys.
autopilot, and so everything is brought to us by default.
Yeah.
No one would ever deliberately attract anything unwanted. Without the knowledge of the secret, it is easy to see how some unwanted things may have occurred in your life or other people's lives. It simply came from a lack of awareness of the great creative power of our thoughts. Now, if this is your first time to hear this, it may feel like, oh, I have to monitor my thoughts?
Yes.
This is going to be a lot of work. It will seem like that at first, but that's where the fun begins. The fun is that there are many shortcuts to the secret,
Yes.
and you get to choose the shortcuts that work best for you.
Yes.
Read on, and you'll see how. It's impossible to monitor every thought we have. Researchers tell us that we have about 60,000 thoughts a day. Can you imagine how exhausted you'd feel trying to control all 60,000 of those thoughts?
That's crazy.
Fortunately, there's an easier way, and it's our feelings. Our feelings let us know what we're thinking. The importance of feelings cannot be overstated. Your feelings are your greatest tool to help you create your life. Your thoughts are the primary cause of everything. Everything else you see and experience in this world is a fact, and that includes your feelings. The cause is always your thoughts. The emotions are an incredible gift that we have to let us know what we're thinking. Your feelings tell you very quickly what you're thinking. Think about when your feelings suddenly took a dive, maybe when you heard some bad news. That feeling in your stomach or solar plexus was instant. So your feelings are an immediate signal for you to know what you are thinking. You want to become aware of how you're feeling and get in tune with how you're feeling, because it is the fastest way for you to know what you're thinking. You have two sets of feelings, good feelings and bad feelings. And you know the difference between the two because one makes you feel good and the other makes you feel bad. It's the depression, it's the anger, it's the resentment, it's the guilt. It's those feelings that don't make you feel empowered. Those are the bad feelings. No one can tell you whether you are feeling good or bad, because you are the only one who knows how you're feeling at any time. If you're not sure how you're feeling, just ask yourself, how am I feeling? You can stop and ask this question often during the day, and as you do, you will become more aware of how you're feeling. The most important thing for you to know is that it is impossible to feel bad and at the same time be having good thoughts.
That's why
That
I
would
always
defy
say,
the law.
you can't
Because your
smile.
thoughts, 'cause your
You
feelings.
can't laugh without a smile.
If you are feeling bad, it is because you are thinking thoughts that are making you feel bad. Your thoughts determine your frequency, and your feelings tell you immediately what frequency you are on. When you are feeling bad, you are on the frequency of drawing more bad things. The law of attraction must respond by broadcasting back to you more pictures of bad things and things that will make you feel bad. As you feel bad, and don't make any effort to change your thoughts and feel better, you are in effect saying, bring me more circumstances that will make me feel bad. Bring it on. The flip side to that is that you have good emotions and good feelings. You know when they come because they make you feel good. Excitement, joy, gratitude, love. Imagine if we could feel that way every day. When you celebrate the good feelings, you'll draw to you more good feelings and things that make you feel good. It's really so simple. What am I attracting right now? Wow, how do you feel? I feel good. Well, good. Keep doing that. It is impossible to feel good and at the same time be having negative thoughts.
Yes.
If you are feeling good, it is because you are thinking good thoughts. You see, you can have whatever you want in your life, no limits. But there's one catch. You have to feel good.
Yes.
And when you think about it, isn't that all you ever want? The law is indeed perfect. If you're feeling good, then you're creating a future that's on track with your desires. If you're feeling bad, you're creating a future that's off track with your desires. As you go about your day, the law of attraction is working in every second. Everything we think and feel is creating our future. If you're worried or in fear, then you're bringing more of that into your life throughout the day. When you are feeling good, you must be thinking good thoughts. So you are on track and you are emitting a powerful frequency that is attracting back to you more good things that will make you feel good. Seize those moments when you are feeling good and milk them. Be aware that as you are feeling good, you are powerfully attracting more good things to you.
Yes.
Let's go one step further. What if your feelings are actually communication from the universe to let you know what you're thinking?
Oh, wow.
Our feelings are a feedback mechanism to us about whether we're on track or not, whether we're on course or off course. Remember that your thoughts are the primary cause of everything. So when you think a sustained thought, it is immediately sent out into the universe. That thought magnetically attaches itself to the like frequency and then within seconds sends the reading of that frequency back to you through your feelings. Put another way, your feelings are communication back to you from the universe, telling you what frequency you are currently on. Your feelings are your frequency feedback mechanism. When you are feeling good feelings, it is communication back from the universe saying, you are thinking good thoughts. Likewise, when you are feeling bad, you are receiving communication
Don't interrupt
back
us
from
right
the
now.
universe saying,
We're talking
you are
motivation.
thinking bad thoughts. So when you are feeling bad, it is communication from the universe, and in effect it is saying, warning, change thinking now. Negative frequency recording. Change frequency. Counting down to manifestation. Warning. The next time you are feeling bad or feeling any negative emotion, listen to the signal you are receiving from the universe. In that moment, you are blocking your own good from coming to you because you are on a negative frequency. Change your thoughts and think about something good, and when the good feelings start to come, you will know it was because you shifted yourself onto a new frequency, and the universe has confirmed it with better feelings. You are getting exactly what you're feeling about, not so much what you're thinking about. That's why people tend to spiral if they stub their toe getting out of bed. Their whole day goes like that. They have no clue that a simple shifting of their emotions can change their entire day and life. If you start out having a good day and you're in that particular happy feeling, as long as you don't allow something to change your mood, you're going to continue to attract, by the law of attraction, more situations and people that sustain that happy feeling. We all have experienced those days or times when one thing after another goes wrong. The chain reaction began with one thought, whether you were aware of it or not. The one bad thought attracted more bad thoughts, the frequency locked in, and eventually something went wrong. Then as you reacted to that one thing wrong, you attracted more things going wrong. Reactions just attract more of the same, and the chain reaction must keep occurring until you move yourself off that frequency by intentionally changing your thoughts. You can shift your thoughts to what you want, receive confirmation through your feelings that you changed your frequency, and the law of attraction will grab hold of that new frequency and send it back to you as the new pictures of your life. Now here is where you can harness your feelings and use them to turbocharge what you want in your life. You can purposefully use your feelings to transmit an even more powerful frequency by adding feeling to what you are wanting. Love, the greatest emotion. The principle of feeling good applies to your family, pets, for instance. Animals are wonderful because they put you in a great emotional state. When you feel love for your pet, that great state of love will bring goodness into your life. And what a gift that is! It is the combination of thought and love which forms the irresistible force of the law of attraction. There is no greater power in the universe than the power of love. The feeling of love is the highest frequency you can emit. If you could wrap every thought in love, if you could love everything and everyone, your life would be transformed. In fact, some of the great thinkers of the past referred to the law of attraction as the law of love. And if you think about it, you will understand why. If you think unkind thoughts about someone else, you will experience those unkind thoughts manifested.
Yep.
You cannot harm another with your thoughts. You only harm you. If you think thoughts of love, guess.
Sorry, guys.
Receives the benefits, you. So if your predominant state is love, the law of attraction or the law of love responds with the mightiest force because you are on the highest frequency possible. The greater the love you feel and emit, the greater the power you are harnessing. The principle which gives the thought the dynamic power to correlate with its object, and therefore to master every adverse human experience, is the law of attraction, which is another name for love. This is an eternal and fundamental principle inherent in all things, in every system of philosophy, in every religion and in every science. There is no getting away from the law of love. It is feeling that imparts vitality to thought. Feeling is desire and desire is love. Thought impregnated with love becomes invincible. Once you begin to understand and truly master your thoughts and feelings, that's when you see how you create your own reality. That's where your freedom is. That's where all your power is. Marcy.
Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second.
Shared a wonderful quote from the great Albert Einstein. The most important question any human being can ask themselves is this a friendly universe? Knowing the law of attraction, the only answer to give is, yes, the universe is friendly. Why? Because when you answer in this way, by the law of attraction you must experience that. Albert Einstein posed this powerful question because he knew the secret. He knew by asking the question it would force us to think and make a choice. He gave us a great opportunity, just by posing the question, to take Einstein's intention.
Alright, we're gonna take this motherfucker. This one was a long ass ride. Let's go. Alright, guys, let's go.
You can affirm and proclaim, this is a magnificent universe. The universe is bringing all good things to me. The universe is conspiring for me in all things. The universe is supporting me in everything I do. The universe meets all my needs immediately. Know that this is a friendly universe. Since I learned the secret and started applying it to my life has truly become magical. I think the kind of life that everybody dreams of is one I live on a day-to-day basis. I live in a $4.5 million mansion. I have a wife to die for. I get to vacation in all the fabulous spots of the world. I've climbed mountains. I've explored. I've been on safaris. And all of this happened and continues to happen because of knowing how to apply the secret. Life can be absolutely phenomenal, and it should be, and it will be, when you start using the secret. This is your life, and it's been waiting for you to discover it. Up until now you may have been thinking that life is hard and a struggle, and so by the law of attraction you will have experienced life as hard and a struggle. Begin right now to shout to the universe, life is so easy. Life is so good. All good things come to me. There is a truth deep down inside of you that has been waiting for you to discover it, and that truth is this: you deserve all good things life has to offer. You know that inherently, because you feel awful when you are experiencing the lack of good things. All good things are your birthright. You are the creator of you, and the law of attraction is your magnificent tool to create whatever you want in your life. Welcome to the magic of life, and the magnificence of you. Secret summaries. The law of attraction is a law of nature. It is as impartial as the law of gravity. Nothing can come into your experience unless you summon it through persistent thoughts. To know what you're thinking, ask yourself how you are feeling. Emotions are valuable tools that instantly tell us what we are thinking. It is impossible to feel bad and at the same time have good thoughts.
Let's go, baby.
Your thoughts determine your frequency, and your feelings tell you immediately what frequency you are on.
Yes.
When you feel bad, you are on the frequency of drawing more bad things. When you feel good, you are powerfully attracting more good things to you. Secret shifters, such as pleasant memories, nature, or your favorite music, can change your feelings and shift your frequency in an instant. The feeling of love is the highest frequency you can emit. The greater the love you feel and emit, the greater the power you are harnessing. How to use the secret. You are a creator, and there is an easy process to create using the law of attraction. The greatest teachers and avatars have shared the creative process through their wondrous work in a myriad of forms. Some great teachers created stories to demonstrate how the universe works. The wisdom contained in their stories has been handed down through the centuries and has become legendary.
Alright guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get this food. Go get some donuts. All the way across town, I gotta take some fucking donuts. I bet you it's gonna be like 7 donuts. I gotta $50 donuts, right? They got some motherfuckers. This is the world's famous Randy's, guys. Alright, guys, you guys ready?
Truth of life. If you think about Aladdin and his lamp, Aladdin picks up the lamp, dusts it off, and out pops the genie. The genie always says one thing: your wish is my command. The story now goes that there are 3 wishes. If you trace the story back to its origins, there's absolutely no limit whatsoever.
Rachel!
To wishes. Think about that one. Now, let's take this metaphor and apply it to your life. Remember, Aladdin is the one who always asks for what he wants.
Yep.
Then you've got the universe at large, which is the genie. Traditions have called it so many things: your holy guardian angel, your higher self. We can put any label on it, and you choose the one that
Rachel.
works best for you. But every tradition has told us there's something bigger than us. And the genie always says one thing: your wish is my command. This wonderful story demonstrates how your whole life and everything in it has been created by
Whatever them little chocolate things look you guys made, I was gonna tell you, that don't look right. But I just kept my mouth shut. Because it was Sunday. But I gotta tell you now.
Speak and act.
It didn't look appropriate. It looked good, but it didn't look appropriate.
That everything you speak about, you want. That everything you act upon is what you want.
Oh, the fudge? It was like a cookie with some fudge on top of it?
The genie is there to serve you.
Just didn't look appropriate.
That's
all I'm saying.
Your commands.
Especially if you're gonna give it to
You
kids.
think it, and the genie immediately begins to leverage the universe through people, circumstances, and events to fulfill your wish. The creative process. The first step is to ask.
Yep.
Make a command to the universe. Let the universe know what you want. The universe responds to your thoughts. What do you really want? Sit down and write it out on a piece of paper. Write it in the present tense. You might begin by writing, "I am so happy and grateful now that." And then explain how you want your life to be in every area. You get to choose what you want.
I don't know what kind of cookies they were. I don't think they look appropriate.
This is your work. If you're not clear, then the law of attraction cannot bring you what you want. You will be sending out a mixed frequency, and you can only attract mixed results. For the first time in your life, perhaps, work out what it is you really want. Now that you know you can have, be, or do anything.
And now you can't unsee it.
There are no limits.
And now you can't unsee it.
Asking is the first step in the creative process, so make it a habit to ask. If you have to make a choice and you don't know which way to go, ask. You should never be stumped on anything in your life. Just ask. This is really fun. It's like having the universe as your catalog. You flip through it and say, "I'd like to have this experience, and I'd like to have that product, and I'd like to have a person like that." It is you placing your order with the universe. It's really that easy. You do not have to ask over and over again. Just ask once. It is exactly like placing an order from a catalog. You only ever order something once. You don't place an order and then doubt the order has been received and so place the order again, and then again, and then again. You order once. It is the same with the creative process. Step 1 is simply your step to get clear about what you want. As you get clear in your mind, you have asked. Step 2 is believe. Believe that it's already yours. Have what I love to call unwavering faith, believing in the unseen. You must believe that you have received. You must know that what you want is yours the moment you ask. You must have complete and utter faith. If you had placed an order from a catalog, you would relax and know you are going to receive what you ordered and get on with your life. See the things that you want as already yours. Know that they will come to you in need. Then let them come. Don't fret and worry about them. Don't think about your lack of them. Think of them as yours, as belonging to you, as already in your possession. In the moment you ask and believe and know you already have it in the unseen, the entire universe shifts to bring it into the scene.
So how many different cookies did you guys make? You said how many cookies? I want to see the chocolate chip and that cookie.
Now. Why? The universe
Did I
is
miss
a
something?
mirror, and the law of attraction is mirroring back to you.
You said fudge too?
Thoughts. So doesn't it make sense that you have to see yourself as receiving it?
Yep.
If your thoughts contain noticing you do not have it yet, you will continue to attract not having it yet. You must believe you have it already. You must believe you have received it. You have to emit the feeling frequency of having received it to bring those pictures back as your life. When you do that, the law of attraction will powerfully move all circumstances, people, and events for you to receive. When you book a vacation, order a brand new car, or buy a house, you know those things are yours. You wouldn't go and book another vacation for the same time, or purchase another car or house. If you won a lottery or received a large inheritance, even before you physically had the money, you know it is yours. That is the feeling of believing it is yours. That is the feeling of believing you have it already. That is the feeling of believing you have received. Claim the things you want by feeling and believing they are yours. When you do that, the law of attraction will powerfully move all circumstances, people, and events for you to receive. How do you get yourself to a point of believing? Start make-believing. Be like a child and make-believe. Act as if you have it already. As you make-believe, you will begin to believe you have received. The genie is responding to your predominant thoughts all the time, not just in the moment you ask. That's why after you've asked, you must continue to believe and know. Have faith. Your belief that you have it, that undying faith, is your greatest power. When you believe you are receiving, get ready and watch the magic begin. You can have what you want if you know how to form the mold for it in your own thoughts. There is no dream that may not come true if you but learn to use the creative force working through you. The methods that work for one will work for all. The key to power lies in using what you have, freely, fully, and thus opening wider channels for more creative force to flow through you. The universe will start to rearrange itself to make it happen for you. Most of us have never allowed ourselves to want what we truly want because Toe can't see how it's going to manifest. If you do just a little research, it is going to become evident to you that anyone that ever accomplished anything, you don't need to know how it's going to come about. You don't need to know how the universe will rearrange itself. How it will happen, how the universe will bring it to you, is not your concern or job. Allow the universe to do it for you. When you are trying to work out how it will happen, you are emitting a frequency that contains a lack of faith, that you don't believe you have it already. You think you have to do it, and you do not believe the universe will do it for you. The how is not your part in the creative process. You don't know how. It will be shown to you. You will attract the way. Most of the time, when we don't see the things that we've requested, we get frustrated. We get disappointed. now. And in this process, it's important to feel good, to be happy, because when you're feeling good, you're putting yourself in the frequency of what you want. This is a feeling universe. If you just intellectually believe something, but you have no corresponding feeling underneath that, you don't necessarily have enough power to manifest what you want in your life. You have to feel it. Ask once, believe you have received, and all you have to do to receive is feel good. When you are feeling good, you are on the frequency of receiving.
That's
You are
traffic.
on the
I ain't coming
frequency
back
of
this
all
way.
good things coming to you, and you will receive what you have asked for. You wouldn't ask for anything unless it was going to make you feel good in the receiving of it,
Yep.
would you?
Yep.
So get yourself on the feel-good frequency, and you will receive. A fast way to get yourself on that frequency is to say, I am receive ing now. I am receiving all the good in my life now. I am receiving, fill in your desire now. And feel it. Feel it as though you have received.
Baby Cali family, baby Cali family. Check it out, check it out. Una la mejor mariscos. This place has already been shished, and they keep adding new stuff. So they got pozole rojo, and they got tamales now, guys. On top of the menu, the mariscos that they have with the micheladas. But look at these tamales, they got a lot of meat in them. You know I had to add the salsa on it. Man, let's go. Sheesh. Look at the aguas frescas that her mom has as well. Come check them out, man. Aguas frescas and elotes. Guys, you guys gotta pull up. Let me know if you guys. Sorry, guys. The die's not over, Rachel. Now we gotta still work.
Greatest manifestors I have seen, and she feels everything. She feels what it would feel like to have what she is asking for. She brings everything into existence. She doesn't get caught up in how, when, or where. She just feels it and it then manifests. So feel good now. When you turn that fantasy into a fact, you're in the position to build bigger and bigger fantasies. And that, my friend, is the creative process.
Damn, where the fuck is
Whatsoever
going?
ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. What things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. The law of attraction, the study and practice of the law of attraction, is just figuring out what will help you generate the feelings of having it now. Go test drive that car. Go shop for that home. Get in the house. Do whatever you have to do to generate the feelings of having it now, and remember them. Whatever you can do to achieve that will help you to literally attract it. When you feel as though you have it now, and the feeling is so real that it is like you have it already, you are believing that you have received / and you will receive. It could be you wake up and it's just there. It's manifested. Or you might get some inspired idea of some action to take. You certainly shouldn't be saying, well, I could do it this way, but man, I would hate that. You be not on the right track if that's the case.
Yep.
Action will sometimes be required, but if you're really doing it in line with what the universe is trying to bring to you, it's going to feel joyous. You're going to feel so alive. Time will just stop. You could do it all day. Action is a word that can imply work to some people, but inspired action will not feel like work at all. The difference between inspired action and action is this. Inspired action is when you are acting to receive. If you are in action to try and make it happen, you have slipped backward. Inspired action is effortless, and it feels wonderful because you are on the frequency of receive the river. It will feel hard and like a struggle. When you are act ing to receive from the universe, you will feel as if you are flowing with the current of the river. It will feel effortless. That is the feel ing of inspired action, and of being in the flow of the universe and life. Sometimes you will not even be aware you used action until after you've received, because the acting felt so good. You will then look back and see the wonder and matrix of how the universe carried you to what you wanted, and also brought what you wanted to you. The universe likes speed. Don't delay. Don't second guess. Don't doubt. When the opportunity is there, when the impulse is there, when the intuitive nudge from within is there, act. That's your job. And that's all you have to do. Trust your instincts. It's the universe inspiring you. It's the universe communicating with you on the receiving frequency. If you have an intuitive or instinctive feeling, follow it, and you will find that the universe is magnetically moving you to receive what you asked for. You will attract everything that you require. If it's money you need, you will attract it. If it's people you need, you'll attract it. If it's a certain book you need, you'll attract it. You've got to pay attention to what you're attracted to, because as you hold images of what you want, you're going to be attracted to things and they're going to be attracted to you. But it literally moves into physical reality with and through you. And it does that by law. Remember that you are a magnet, attracting everything to you. When you have gotten clear in your mind about what you want, you have become a magnet to draw those things to you, and those things you want are magnetized to you in return. The more you practice and begin to see the law of attraction bringing things to you, the greater the magnet you will become, because you will add the power of faith, belief, and knowing. You can start with nothing, and out of nothing and out of no way, a way will be made. All you require is you, and your ability to think things into being. Everything that has been invented and created
That's a lot of ice cream going to our house. I mean, a lot of donuts going to one house.
From
I
that
thought that
one
was
thought a
like
way was made,
business.
and it manifested from the invisible into the visible. Think of a car driving through the night. The headlights only go 100 to 200 feet forward, and you can make it all the way from California to New York driving through the dark, because all you have to see is the next 200 feet. And that's how life tends to unfold before us. If we just trust that the next 200 feet will unfold after that, and the next 200 feet will unfold after that, your life will keep unfolding.
Alright guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go sit down. Drop this shit off. Might as well switch zones. I'm already over here.
And it will eventually get you to the destination of whatever it is you truly want, because you want it. Trust the universe. Trust and believe and have faith. I truly had no idea how I was going to bring the knowledge of the secret onto the movie screen. I just held to the outcome of the vision. I saw the outcome clearly in my mind. I felt it with all my might, and everything that we needed to create the secret came to us. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Let's look at using the creative process for those who feel they are overweight and who want to lose weight. The first thing to know is that if you focus on losing weight, you will attract back having to lose more weight, so get having to lose weight out of your mind. It's the very reason why diets don't work. Because you are focused on losing weight, you must attract back continually having to lose weight. The second thing to know is that the condition of being overweight was created through your thought to it. To put it in the most basic terms, if someone is overweight, it came from thinking fat thoughts whether that person was aware of it or not. A person cannot think thin thoughts and be fat. It completely defies the law of attraction. Whether people have been told they have a slow thyroid, a slow metabolism, or their body size is hereditary, these are all disguises for thinking fat thoughts. If you accept any of those conditions as applicable to you, and you believe it, it must become your experience, and you will continue to attract being overweight. After I had my 2 daughters, I was overweight, and I know it came from listening to and reading the messages that it is hard to lose weight after having a baby, and even harder after the second baby. I summoned exactly that to me with those fat thoughts, and it became my experience. I really beefed up, and the more I noticed how I had beefed up, the more beefing up I attracted. With a small frame, I became a hefty 143 pounds, all because I was thinking fat thoughts. The most common thought that people hold, and I held it too, is that food was responsible for my weight gain. That is a belief that does not serve you, and in my mind now it is complete balderdash. Food is not responsible for putting on weight. It is your thought that food is responsible for putting on weight that actually has food put on weight. Remember, thoughts are primary cause of everything, and the rest is effects from those thoughts. Think perfect thoughts and the result must be perfect weight. Let go of all those limiting thoughts. Food cannot cause you to put on weight unless you think it can. The definition of the perfect weight is the weight that feels good for you. No one else's opinion counts. It is the weight that feels good for you. You most likely know of someone who is thin and eats like a horse, and they proudly declare, "I can eat whatever I want and I am always the perfect weight." And so the genie of the universe says, "Your wish is my command." To attract your perfect weight and body using the creative process, follow these steps. Step 1, ask. Get clear on the weight you want to be. Have a picture in your mind of what you will look like when you have become that perfect weight. Get pictures of yourself at your perfect weight, if you have them, and look at them often. If not, get pictures of the body you would like to have and look at those often. Step 2, believe. You must believe you will receive and that the perfect weight is yours already. You must imagine, pretend, act as if, make believe that the perfect weight is yours. You must see yourself as receiving that perfect weight. Write out your perfect weight and place it over the readout of your scale, or don't weigh yourself at all. Do not contradict what you have asked for with your thoughts, words, and actions. Don't buy clothes at your current weight. Have faith and focus on the clothes you are going to buy. Attracting the perfect weight is the same as placing an order with the catalog of the universe. You look through the catalog, choose the perfect weight, place your order, and then it is delivered to you. Make it your intention to look for, admire, and inwardly praise people with your idea of perfect weight bodies. Seek them out, and as you admire them and feel the feelings of that, you are summoning it to you. If you see people who are overweight, do not observe them, but immediately switch your mind to the picture of you in your perfect body and feel it. Step 3, receive. You must feel good. You must feel good about you. This is important because you cannot attract your perfect weight if you feel bad about your body now. If you feel bad about your body, that is a powerful feeling, and you will continue to attract feeling bad about your body. You will never change your body if you are critical of it and find fault with it, and in fact you will attract more weight to you. Praise and bless every square inch of your body. Think about all the perfect things about you. As you think perfect thoughts, as you feel good about you, you are on the frequency of your perfect weight, and you are summoning perfection. Wallace Wattles shares a wonderful tip about eating in one of his books. He recommends that when you eat, make sure you are entirely focused on the experience of chewing the food. Keep your mind present and experience the sensation of eating food, and do not allow your mind to drift to other things. Be present in your body and enjoy all the sensations of chewing the food in your mouth and swallowing it. Try it the next time you are eating. When you are completely present as you eat, the flavor of the food is so intense and magnificent. When you let your mind drift, the flavor virtually disappears. I am convinced that if we can eat our food in the present, entirely focused on the pleasurable experience of eating, the food is assimilated into our bodies perfectly, and the result in our bodies must be perfection. The end of the story about my own weight is that I now maintain my perfect weight of 116 pounds, and I can eat whatever I want. So, focus on your perfect weight. How long does it take? Another thing people wonder about is, how long will it take to manifest the car, the relationship, the money? I don't have any rule book that says it's going to take 30 minutes or 3 days or 30 days. It's more a matter of you being in alignment with the universe itself. Time is just an illusion. Einstein told us that. If this is the first time you have heard it, you may find it a hard concept to get your head around, because you see everything happening, one thing after the other. What quantum physicists and Einstein tell us is that everything is happening simultaneously. If you can understand that there is no time, and accept that concept, then you will see that whatever you want in the future already exists. If everything is happening at the one time, then the parallel version of you with what you want already exists. It takes no time for the universe to manifest what you want. Any time delay you experience is due to your delay in getting to the place of believing, knowing, and feeling that you already have it. It is you getting yourself on the frequency of what you want. When you are on that frequency, then what you want will appear. Size is nothing to the universe. It is no more difficult to attract, on a scientific level, something that we consider huge to something that we consider infinitesimally small. The universe does everything with zero effort. The grass doesn't strain to grow. It's effortless. It's just this great design. It's all about what's going on in your mind. It's about what we put in place, saying, this is big, it's going to take some time. And this is small. I'll give it an hour. Those are our rules that we define. There are no rules according to the universe. You provide the feelings of having it now. It will respond, whatever it is. There is no time for the universe, and there is no size for the universe. It is as easy to manifest.
What's everybody doing this morning, guys?
To manifest $1 million. It is the same process, and the only reason why one may come faster and the other may take longer is because you thought that $1 million was a lot of money and that $1 was not very much. Some people have an easier time with little things, and so we sometimes say start with something small, like a cup of coffee. Make it your intention to attract a cup of coffee today. Hold an image of talking to an old friend that you haven't seen for a long time. Somehow or another, somebody's going to start talking to you about that person. That person's going to phone you, or you'll get a letter from her. Starting with something small is an easy way to experience the law of attraction with your own eyes. Let me share a story with you of a young man who did exactly that. He watched The Secret and he decided to start with something small. He created a picture of a feather in his mind and he made sure this feather was unique. He created particular markings on the feather so he would know without any doubt that if he saw this feather, it had come to him through his intentional use of the law of attraction. 2 days later, he was about to walk into a high-rise building on a street in New York City. He said he did not know why, but he just happened to look down. There at his feet, at the entrance to a high-rise building in New York City, was the feather. Not just any feather, but the exact feather he had imagined.
That's
It was
crazy.
identical to the picture he had created in his mind, with all of its unique markings. In that moment he knew, without a shred of doubt, that this was the law of attraction working in all its glory. He realized his amazing ability and power to attract something to himself through the power of his mind. With total faith, he has now moved on to creating much bigger things. People are amazed at how I line up parking spaces. I've done this right from when I first understood The Secret. I would visualize a parking space exactly where I wanted it, and 95% of the time it would be there for me and I would just pull straight in. 5% of the time I'd have to wait just a minute or two, and the person would pull out and I'd pull in. I do that all the time. Now you might understand why a person who says, "I always get parking spaces," gets them.
Yep.
Or
Me.
why a person who says, "I am really lucky, I win things all the time," wins one thing after another, all the time. These people expect it.
Yep.
Begin to expect great things, and as you do, you will create your life in advance. Create your day in advance. You can use the law of attraction to create your whole life in advance, right down to the next thing you are doing today. Prentice Mulford, a teacher whose writings share so many insights into the law of attraction and how to use it, demonstrates how important it is to think your day in advance. When you say to yourself, "I am going to have a pleasant visit or a pleasant journey," you are literally sending elements and forces ahead of your body that will arrange things to make your visit or journey pleasant. When before the visit or the journey or the shopping trip you are in a bad humor, or fearful or apprehensive of something unpleasant, you are sending unseen agencies ahead of you which will make some kind of unpleasantness. Our thoughts, or in other words, our state of mind, is ever at work fixing up things good or bad in advance. Prentice Mulford wrote those words in the 1870s. What a pioneer! You can see clearly how important it is to think in advance every event and every day. You will no doubt have experienced the opposite of thinking your day in advance, and one of the repercussions of that is having to rush and hurry. If you are rushing or hurrying, know that those thoughts and actions are based in fear, fear of being late, and you are fixing up bad things ahead for you. As you continue to rush, you will attract one bad thing after another into your path. In addition to that, the law of attraction is fixing up more future circumstances that will cause you to rush and hurry. You must stop and move yourself off that frequency. Take a few moments and shift yourself if you don't want to summon bad things to you. Many people, particularly in Western societies, chase time and complain that they don't have enough time. Well, as someone says that they don't have enough time, so it must be by the law of attraction. If you have been chasing your tail with thoughts of not having enough time, from now on declare emphatically, "I have more than enough time," and change your life. You can also turn waiting into a powerful time to create your future life. Next time you are in a situation where you are waiting, seize that time and imagine having all the things you want. You can do this anywhere, anytime. Turn every life situation into a positive one. Make it a daily habit to determine every event in your life in advance, through your thoughts. Set the universal forces ahead of you in everything you do and everywhere you go. by thinking the way you want it to go in advance. Then you are creating your life intentionally. Secret summaries. Like Aladdin's genie, the law of attraction grants our every command. The creative process helps you create what you want in 3 simple steps: ask, believe, and receive. Asking the universe for what you want is your opportunity to get clear about what you want. As you get clear in your mind, you have asked. Believing
What's up,
involves
Fred?
acting, speaking, and thinking as though you have already received what you've asked for. When you emit the frequency of having received it, the law of attraction moves people, events, and circumstances for you to receive. Receiving involves feeling the way you will feel once your desire has manifested. Feeling good now puts you on the frequency of what you want. To lose weight, don't focus on losing weight. Instead, focus on your perfect weight. Feel the feelings of your perfect weight, and you will summon it to you. It takes no time for the universe to manifest what you want. It is as easy to manifest $1 as it is to manifest $1 million. Starting with something small, like a cup of coffee or parking spaces, is an easy way to experience the law of attraction in action. Powerfully intend to attract something small. As you experience the power you have to attract, you will move on to creating much bigger things. Create your day in advance by thinking the way you want it to go, and you will create your life intentionally. Powerful process. A lot of people feel stuck or imprisoned or confined by their current circumstances. Whatever your circumstances right now, that is only your current reality, and current reality will begin to change as a result of beginning to use the secret. Your current reality or your current life is a result of the thoughts you have been thinking. All of that will totally change as you begin to change your thoughts and your feelings. That a man can change himself and master his own destiny is the conclusion of every mind who is wide awake to the power of right thought. When you want to change your circumstances, you must first change your thinking. Every time you look inside your mail expecting to see a bill, guess what? It'll be there. Each day you go out dreading the bill. You're never expecting anything great.
Yep.
You're thinking debt. You're expecting debt. So debt must show up so you won't think you're crazy. And every day you confirm your thought, is debt going to be there? Yes, debt's there. Is debt going to be there? Yes, debt's there. Is debt going to be there? Yes, debt's there. Why, because you expected debt to be there. So it showed up, because the law of attraction is always being obedient to your thoughts. Do yourself a favor, expect a check. Most people look at their current state of affairs and they say, this is who I am. That's not who you are. That's who you were. Let's say, for instance, that you don't have enough money in your bank account, or you don't have the relationship that you want, or your health and fitness aren't up to par. That's not who you are. That's the residual outcome of your past thoughts and actions.
Yes.
So we're constantly living in this residual, if you will, of the thoughts and actions we've taken in the past. When you look at your current state of affairs and define yourself by that, then you doom yourself to have nothing more than the same in future. All that we are is a result of what we have thought. I would like to share a process with you that came from the great teacher Neville Goddard in a lecture he delivered in 1954, entitled The Printing Shears of Revision. This process has had a profound effect on my life. Neville recommends at the end of every day, before you go to sleep, to think through the events of the day. If any events or moments did not go the way you wanted, replay them in your mind in a way that thrills you. As you recreate those events in your mind exactly as you want, you are cleaning up your frequency from the day and you are emitting a new signal and frequency for tomorrow. You have intentionally created new pictures for your future. It is never too late to change the pictures. The powerful process of gratitude. What can you do right now to begin to turn your life around? The very first thing is to start making a list of things to be grateful for. This shifts your energy and starts to shift your thinking. Whereas before this exercise you might be focusing on what you don't have, your complaints, and your problems, you go in a different direction when you do this exercise. You start to be grateful for all the things that you feel good about. If it is a new thought to you that gratitude brings your whole mind into closer harmony with the creative energies of the universe, consider it well, and you will see that it is true. Gratitude is absolutely the way to bring more into your life. Every man knows that when his wife is appreciating him for the little things that he does, what does he want to do? He wants to do more. It's always about appreciation. It pulls things in. It attracts support. Whatever we think about and think about, we bring about. Gratitude has been such a powerful exercise for me. Every morning I get up and say thank you. Every morning when my feet hit the floor, thank you. And then I start running through what I'm grateful for as I'm brushing my teeth and doing the things I do in the morning. And I'm not just thinking about them and doing some rote routine. I'm putting it out there and I'm feeling the feelings of gratitude. The day we filmed James Ray sharing his powerful exercise of gratitude is one I will never forget. From that day on, I made James's process my life. Every morning, I do not get out bed until I have felt the feelings of gratitude for this brand new day and all I am grateful for in my life. Then as I get out of bed, when one foot touches the ground I say, thank, and you as my second foot touches the ground. With each step I take on my way to the bathroom, I say thank you. I continue to setting my frequency for the day and intentionally declaring the way I want my day to go, rather than stumbling out of bed and letting the day take control of me. There is no more powerful way to begin your day than this. You are the creator of your life, and so begin by intentionally creating your day. Gratitude was a fundamental part of the teachings of all the great avatars throughout history. In the book that changed my life, The Science of Getting Rich, written by Wallace Wattles in 1910, gratitude is its longest chapter. Every teacher featured in The Secret uses gratitude as part of his or her day. Most of them begin their day with thoughts and feelings of gratitude. Joe Sugarman, a wonderful man and successful entrepreneur, watched the film The Secret and contacted me. He told me his favorite part was the gratitude process, and that his use of gratitude had contributed to all he had achieved in his life. With all the success Joe has attracted to himself, he continues to use gratitude every day, even for the smallest things. When he gets a parking space, he always says and feels, thank you. Joe knows the power of gratitude and all it has brought to him, and so gratitude is his way of life. With all that I have read and with all that I have experienced in my own life using The Secret, the power of gratitude stands above everything else. If you only do one thing with the knowledge of The Secret, use gratitude until it becomes your way of life. As soon as you start to feel different about what you already have, you will start to attract more of the good things. More of the things you can be grateful for. You could look around and say, well, I don't have the car I want. I don't have the house I want.
I do have it.
I don't have the spouse I want. I don't have the health I want. Whoa. Back up. Back up. Those are all the things you don't want. Focus on what you already have that you're grateful for. And it might be that you have the eyes to read this. It might be the clothes that you have. Yes, you might prefer something else, and you might get something else pretty soon if you start feeling grateful for what you have. Many people who order their lives rightly in all other ways are kept in poverty by their lack of gratitude. It is impossible to bring more into your life if you are feeling ungrateful about what you have. Why? Because the thoughts and feelings you emit as you feel ungrateful are all negative emotions. Whether it is jealousy, resentment, dissatisfaction, or feelings of not enough, those feelings cannot bring you what you want. They can only return to you more of what you do not want. Those negative emotions are blocking your own good coming to you. If you want a new car but you are not grateful for the car you have, that will be the dominant frequency you are sending out. Be grateful for what you have now. As you begin to think about all the things in your life you are grateful for, you will be amazed at the never-ending thoughts that come back to you of more things to be grateful for. You have to make a start, and then the law of attraction will receive those grateful thoughts and give you more just like them. You will have locked into the frequency of gratitude, and all good things will be yours. The daily practice of gratitude is one of the conduits by which your wealth will come to you. I think everybody goes through times when they say, things aren't working right, or things are going bad. Once, when there were some things going on in my family, I found a rock, and I just sat holding it. I took this rock, I stuck it in my pocket, and I said, every time I touch this rock, I'm going to think of something that I'm grateful for. So every morning when I get up in the morning, I pick it up off the dresser, I put it in my pocket, and I go through the things that I'm grateful for. At night, what do? I empty my pocket, and there it is again. I've had some amazing experiences with this idea. A guy from South Africa saw me drop it. He asked, "What is that?" I explained it to him, and he started calling it a gratitude rock. 2 weeks later, I got an email from him in South Africa. And he said, "My son is dying from a rare disease. It's a type of hepatitis. Would you send me 3 gratitude rocks?" They were just ordinary rocks I found off the street, so I said, "Sure." I had to make sure that the rocks were very special, so I went out to the stream, picked up the right rocks, and sent them off to him. 4 or 5 months later, I get an email from him. He said, "My son's better. He's doing terrific." And he said, "But you need to know something. We've sold over 1,000 rocks at $10 a piece as gratitude rocks, and we've raised all this money for charity. Thank you very much." So it's very important to have an attitude of gratitude. The great scientist Albert Einstein revolutionized the way we view time, space, and gravity. From his poor background and poor beginnings, you would have thought it impossible for him to achieve all that he did. Einstein knew a great deal of the secret, and he said, thank you hundreds of times each day. He thanked all the great scientists who had preceded him for their contributions, which had enabled him to learn and achieve even more in his work, and eventually become one of the greatest scientists who has ever lived. One of the most powerful uses of gratitude.
I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys.
Can be incorporated in the creative process to turbocharge what you want. As Bob Proctor advised in the first step of the creative process, start by writing down what you want. Begin each sentence with, I am so happy and grateful now that, and you fill in the rest. When you give thanks as though you have already received what you want, you are emitting a powerful signal to the universe. That signal is saying that you have it already because you are feeling gratitude for it now. Each morning before you get out of bed, make it a habit to feel the feelings of gratitude in advance for the great day ahead, as though it is done. From the moment I discovered the secret and formulated the vision to share this knowledge with the world, I gave thanks every day for the film The Secret, which would bring joy to the world. I had no idea how we would bring this knowledge to the screen, but trusted that we would attract the way. I stayed focused and held to the outcome. I felt deep feelings of gratitude in advance. As that became my state of being, the floodgates opened and all the magic flowed into our lives. For the magnificent team of The Secret, and for me, our deep, heartfelt feelings of gratitude continue to this day. We have become a team that resonates gratitude with every moment, and it has become our way of life. The powerful process of visualization. Visualization is a process that has been taught by all the great teachers and avatars throughout the centuries, as well as by all the great teachers living today. In Charles Haanel's book, The Master Key System, written in 1912, he gives 24 weekly exercises to master visualization. More important, his complete Master Key System will also help you become the master of your thoughts. The reason visualization is so powerful is because as you create pictures in your mind of seeing yourself with what it is you want, you are generating thoughts and feelings of having it now. Visualization is simply powerfully focused thought in pictures, and it causes equally powerful feelings. When you are visualizing, you are emitting that powerful frequency out into the universe. The law of attraction will take hold of that powerful signal and return those pictures back to you, just as you saw them in your mind. I took the visualization process from the Apollo program and instituted it during the 1980s and 90s into the Olympic program. It was called visual motor rehearsal. When you visualize, then you materialize. Here's an interesting thing about the mind. We took Olympic athletes and had them run their event only in their mind, and then hooked them up to sophisticated biofeedback equipment. Incredibly, the same muscles fired in the same sequence when they were running the race in their mind as when they were running it on the track. How could this be? Because the mind can't distinguish whether you're really doing it or whether it's just a practice. If you've been there in the mind, you'll go there in the body. Think about the inventors and their inventions. The Wright brothers and the plane, George Eastman and film, Thomas Edison and the light bulb, Alexander Graham Bell and the telephone. The only way anything has ever been invented or created is because one person saw a picture in his mind. He saw it clearly, and by holding that picture of the end result in his mind, all the forces of the universe brought his invention into the world through him. These men knew the secret. These were men who had utter faith in the invisible, and who knew the power within them to leverage the universe and bring the invention into the visible. Their faith and their imagination have been the cause of the evolution of humankind, and we reap the benefits of their creative minds every single day. You may be thinking, I do not have a mind like these great inventors. You may be thinking, they could imagine those things, but I can't. You could not be further from the truth, and as you continue on this great discovery of the knowledge of the secret, you will learn that you not only have the mind they had, but much more. When you revisualizing, Token UV got that picture playing out in your mind, always and only dwell upon the end result. Here's an example. Look at the back of your hands, right now. Really look at the back of your hands, the color of your skin, the freckles, the blood vessels, the rings, the fingernails. Take in all those details. Right before you close your eyes, see those hands, your fingers, wrapping around the steering wheel of your brand new car. This is such a holographic experience, so real in this moment, that you don't even feel as if you need the car, because it feels like you have it already. Dr. Vitali's words brilliantly sum up the place you want to get yourself to when visualizing.
Yeah,
When
let's go get this food. Right. Let's turn it back around. Guys, I am going to mute you guys because I have an important call that I got to make. So I am going to mute you guys. I have
you will know it.
all right.
It's the feeling that really creates the attraction, not just the picture or the thought. A lot of people think, not "I wish I could get that car," or "someday I'll have that car," because that's a very definite feeling associated with that. It's not in the now. It's in the future. If you stay in that feeling, it will always be in the future. Now that feeling and that inner seeing will begin to be an open doorway through which the power of the universe will begin to express. What this power is, I cannot say. All know is that it exists. Our job is not to figure out the how. The how will show up out of a commitment and belief in the what. The hows are the domain of the universe. It always knows the shortest, quickest, fastest, most harmonious way between you and your dream. If you turn it over to the universe, you will be surprised and dazzled by what is delivered to you. This is where magic and miracles happen. The teachers of the secret are all aware of the elements you bring into play when you visualize. As you see the picture in your mind and feel it, You are bringing yourself to a place of believing you have it now. You are also implementing trust and faith in the universe, because you are focusing on the end result and experiencing the feeling of that, without giving any attention whatsoever to how it will come about. Your picture in your mind is seeing it as done. Your feelings are seeing it as done. Your
Alright guys, you guys gotta go mute again.